what's up YouTube? This is Starlana, and gosh, it's been a long week. Let's get started with coloring in Leo and Corrin. In the last video I said that I had lost my eraser, and so that's why there's still the pencil marks here on the inked in drawing here. Well, I found it after I had gone to the store to buy some new ones, so unfortunately for me. But let's get started with this. And yes, I'm using the old eraser until hopefully it wears out, if I don't lose it again. Anyway, and this way we'll find if I missed any lines here. Because, oh, yeah, I already did. Right here. That happens though, so. Let's see. Making sure to keep the eyes, because I don't know if I'm gonna ink those in. I've had bad luck with that. When that happens, they look too distinct. So. Is that everything? Not quite. On for the coloring. See, let's get, so I use sharpies when I'm doing my coloring, and so I'm going to need to get the color themes for both of these out so I don't have to go digging through my collection here too much. So let's see. So if you get this background, it's just me going through my markers. And I'm probably going to speed through this area because this might take me a little bit longer than I thought. Should have done this before the movie. Sorry, guys. find out which ones of these markers I pulled out are the right color, unfortunately. I need a scrap piece of paper. Let's see. Oh, I forgot. I need silver for Corrin. That's a better one. Alright, there we go. Alright. When you have like 12 different blues, you gotta make sure you don't get one that's too purple or too black of a shade in blue for all of this. But now that that's done, let's get started on coloring this. So let's start with Leo, actually. Yeah, we'll start with Leo. And we're going to start with the blues on his cape and a few other places. So if any of you ever think about using Sharpie for coloring, there is one piece of warning I give. It's that you don't want to get all the way up to your edges, because as soon as you do that, it starts bleeding over onto the other parts where you didn't want the color to go. So I've always, it's hard. You have to kind of learn how to judge it, but you have to stop before you get to those lines. Or else it doesn't look as nice. It looks kind of sloppy. That's all the blue on Leon, at least as far as I can tell. There might be more. So now we're going to do just the inside of that neck area for the cape. It's like a magenta-ish color, and this is a little bit too red, so I'm going to probably layer it over with another color, so because that's a little too red. So let's get one of these lighter blues here. Try to make it just a little bit more purple, I guess you could say. It's a little better. It's not so outlandish on that. Oh well, that'll have to do for now. Now for the gold detailing. Which one's my good gold? This one should be better, I think. Okay. I don't think that's the good one. That doesn't look like it's the good one. Let's try this one. Yeah, that one's better. So this is probably the worst part about the metallic markers, like the gold trimmings and silvers, is that they die really fast. And it's not like I use them that much on that. Well, lately I've been using them more because I've been doing these. But once they've been open, they dry up pretty quickly, I guess. I'm not sure how it works. Maybe it's because of the metallic coloring that they have in them, or what it takes to get it to be metallic. But it's not really fun. They die so fast on me before I can even really use them up. So I don't know how many I've got anymore. It's a lot. How did that work again? Oh yeah. Another thing about the metallics is that they cover up my black lines if I'm not too careful, so all those details I've got in there can get covered up. So I can hear if I'm not careful with this, which I wasn't careful enough, I guess. Kind of. I'll see what I can do to fix that later. But I didn't do good enough on that, so it kind of covered up the details in there. I did forget some of the magenta. Oops. Because underneath in here, in the mantle that he wears, it's also this purplish color. So I'll have to fix that. I did not expect to catch it the first time, so I'm not too upset about that. Let's see. That's golden there. Same with those lines and these ones. There's like a lot of goldish trimming all over Oshido and Nor's armor stuff. So I'm just wondering how they got all of that gold. Besides the design, I mean, it looks cool, but I don't know how logical that is entirely. So, but hey, it's their design, so I can't do anything about that. see. Okay, now this marker's going, so I should probably swap over to the other one a little bit. I don't know if you can notice it, but it's just not as gold anymore. If it was, it'd be a lot harder to see some of these lines that I colored over. So I might have to give the gold a break, because that's how metallic markers are. And we'll do the black of his armor then. For now. Oh wait, I already said that I was going to get the mantle inside there. So before I forget and like color that black as well, I should probably get that. Okay. Let's see how. Oh. Alright. Just found another picture on the computer here to help me figure out coloring scheme. I just realized that all these belt like things here are this color as well. And so is this. This one's a little bit darker, so I'll add more blue in there. So where's my blue? There it is. Moving on to the black now. Let's see. it's not really gold. It probably looks like it in the camera, but I've used gold so much recently that it's kind of easy to tell when it's not actually becoming gold. Nice. Let's see if this marker's any better. It's like one of the things about these metallics is that you would not be able to get that black to cover it up like it did there. Shoot. Okay. Nah, I'm just not gonna worry about it now. Anyway. Now, how I said earlier that with the colors you can't get super close to the edges. Black is the only one I've found that you actually can get really close to the edges and not have it bleed. I guess it's because companies are used to making a lot of blacks that don't do that. So you don't have to worry about that from the black colors. Or if there is, it's just a little that it's not really a big issue. How does that work? As I said earlier, I'm still trying to figure out how Leon's arms look, because most of the time when you see him, he has them behind his back. I really wish he would stop doing that, because then you miss so much. Always something I missed in there. Okay. Let's just fix that while I'm thinking about it. He has these that go into here. Like that. And I did forget the gold in this area, because he's got it right in here. Technically he's got it there too. So, and then right in here it's actually blue. You can see some of the fabric in there, because you don't want to have too much armor around the bend points, because that would hurt when it jabs into you. So oh, that's supposed to be cool. Like, what is this yellow spot here? White spot. It's where some of the is, I guess. I don't know. It's not part of the armor, so. This magenta-ish color started to dry. I might add another layer of blue because it still feels too red to me. So. Might get a little closer on this, but when you start doing black over another black, while it is a different color of black, if you get too close you can't see some of the details. And this is one of the problems about not having a computer to give you different shades of black when you've only got what you're coloring with to give you this, and it's an ink based or whatever you want to call sharpies. Makes it really hard to keep the details in there without getting just really close and then leaving some of the white around it. Let's see. Let's go back up and look at another part. Yeah. Alright. I think I'll stop there. I'm not going to do the hair yet. Or the skin, for that matter. Only on. So, we might do, Corrin's pretty easy to color, so I guess we can do that. And then I'll have to stop and finish the details later, like the shading. I'll show that in another video probably. So I don't go over long with this one, although this one might turn out a little longer. This show my others. Let's see, Corrin. Okay. Some of that stuff you can't see. Right. So here is silver, while the rest is a little bit more gray. So it goes right here. She has a little bit of gold in here. And I accidentally covered some of it with silver right there. Oh well. The gold covered that up, I think, pretty nicely there. And the simple part will probably be this right here, just the blue of her cloak here. When you're doing the stroke, and I don't like doing really long ones because I can't control them as much in these areas, you want to be fairly quick on this layering, or else as the old ink dries, if you don't get to the next layer in that spot before it dries off, it kind of, you can kind of see those layers a little bit more. So that's just another trick with Sharpies. And she does have some black, so let's get that. Like her sleeve up here is definitely black. Along with that, and some of this stuff here. This right here is also black. And of course your gloves. All those finger details. There we go. there's still more cloak. Remember drawing it earlier. Just didn't color it. That's how it is. And there's a little bit, you can kind of see just under the hair over here, a little bit of Corrin's sleeve on the other side, so let's color that in right there. And I think, I want to say that's it, but I'm not sure. I think that is. Yeah, I think that is. Yeah. Let's just put this in. There. Alright. So I'm going to stop with the Sharpies for just a sec. So one of the things, if anyone's ever tried coloring with Sharpies before who watches this, you can't find a good skin tone, skin color. And so, oh, excuse me. I use a different marker for that. I use these ones, the Prismacolors. This one in particular is the eggshell color for the fairer skin. And I use another one that I got for the shading of that. But I'm going to color in the skin real quick, because that doesn't take terribly long. And you want to get the ones that have this wavy pattern on it, because that's the brush, and I found that that one works the best for these. And it looks kind of funny at first when you do it, but once it dries for the color, it looks a lot better. And then you don't have to have stark white people, because that doesn't look realistic at all. As you know, that makes them look sick or something. So, but I think I'm gonna have to stop there for today. I'll finish up the coloring, and then we'll start doing the shading next time. And I want to thank everyone who watches these. It does mean a lot that people actually even look at any of this stuff, and I'm just pretty much in the beginning of all of this right now, so thanks for your support, and please leave comments. I do read those if anyone does leave me any comments. I enjoy it a lot, so if anyone has any tips or anything else that I don't know about, feel free to tell me about that, and I'll see you guys in the next video then.